from each according to their ability, to each according to their need. So let's talk about equality. Equality has become one of the buzzwords that is thrown around without much care, and it seems like it's losing its meaning. So let's try and figure out together what equality might mean and if it's actually important for the leftist ideology. So I'm going to include some links to videos that were helpful to me from comrades here on YouTube, and I encourage you to watch these videos. I have found them very useful in understanding of equality. I have also read a little bit more about equality, and I was introduced to a few concepts that I thought were interesting. First of all, I learned about equality of outcome and equality of opportunity. Then I also learned about the phenomenon known as luck egalitarianism. So let's quickly go over these few concepts. Equality of outcome and equality of opportunity are presented pretty much all the time the question of equality is brought up, and they're pretty self-explanatory. And there are many good arguments against equality of outcome because we know we're all different. So it's very reductionist to suggest that we all have the same needs, so therefore we all must have the same results. And I like to give an example with apples that is very simple, but I think illustrates the point pretty well. So imagine you and I had two apples, and if we were to divide them equally among us, what is it gonna look like? So equality of outcome would suggest that each of us gets one apple. However, what if I'm allergic to apples? I don't want an apple. You can have it. You can have both of the apples. And let's say I want more than one apple, and maybe you don't. Maybe you are willing to give up a part of your apple because you care about me, or maybe because you've already had enough apples this season. So, equality of outcome, I think, can be clearly seen in this silly little example of mine. So equality of opportunity is what has been a golden standard, so to speak, in the equality debate. However, equality of opportunity falls victim to the myth of meritocracy because it implies that if we are given the same opportunities, then we will be able to pursue whatever outcome we wish for, which is very not true. And if you have seen any of my videos concerning the myth of meritocracy, I do talk about it in my Pessimism Bias video, and I do have a lot to say about the myth of meritocracy, so I'm probably going to film an updated video on this concept. The just world hypothesis also may play a role in the dismantling the validity of equality of opportunity. Again, let me remind you what the just world hypothesis is. The just world hypothesis is the belief that we receive according to our achievements, that whatever we receive is given to us fairly because we have worked hard for it, and if something bad happens to us, therefore we must have done something to deserve it as well. So as you can see, equality of opportunity will be very hard to achieve, bearing in mind things like luck and other things as well, obviously. But this is where I think we can move on to luck egalitarianism, which I found to be a fascinating concept, because luck egalitarianism, just like the title implies, deals with the fact that not everyone's going to be lucky equally. Our luck is not going to be distributed fairly. There is no one who's measuring luck and giving it to us, despite what many religions want you to believe in. So luck egalitarianism appears to be, in my opinion, on the right track. But I think the easiest way to understand equality is to look at Marx and Engels talking about how in a communist society we would strive for giving everyone whatever it is they need, and everyone is going to be willing to dedicate as much time to bettering the society as a whole as possible. So, in the phrase, from each according to their ability to each according to their need, I see the ultimate resolution to the equality debate. I think that these two philosophers have shown us that equality is not necessarily one of our goals if we want to establish a more fair and just society. What should be our priority is to make sure everyone is free to pursue whatever it is they desire. And this is expressed in another saying that Marx is known for, the self-realization of each individual. Some might argue that free market is based on similar ideas, and I would strongly disagree. Remember, free market is a capitalist concept, and capitalism always pursues profit, not the good of the people. So the complete self-realization of each individual is only possible in a capitalism-free society, which Marx, Engels, and many other philosophers have been promoting. So freedom should be something that we all strive for and encourage, and then we're going to see equality being present at a much greater degree than we see today.